Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I've got 3 topics of discussion for you in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam. How about this one? A sitting United States senator is acknowledging the conflict of interest surrounding Bill Hinman regarding his Ethereum free pass speech. I'm sorry, do you remember when I was highlighting the other day a former SEC employee named Joseph Hall? Remember I was talking about him and how I noted that he publicly stated that this is nothing but a conspiracy theory? It blows my mind. Nothing against the guy on a personal level, but I'm just sitting here looking like Bill Hinman made millions of dollars helping his former law firm. And after leaving there, so he's allegedly retired from them, right? So he puts out policies swaying global markets for crypto in favor of Ethereum. Gets paid millions of dollars while doing this. And then when he leaves the SEC, he just goes back and works for them again. So it wasn't even really a retirement anyway. Like all of this, and we're supposed to act like this is just business as usual. If it is business as usual, it needs to stop. But here, no. There's no conspiracy here. Those are just facts. And an investigation needs to be done on this topic. Also, I want to share with you some more perspective on this idea of a do-over for the SEC. I made a video yesterday, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this, but another attorney within the XRP community had some perspective. I thought I'd share with you that. And then the third topic I wanted to highlight is that a cryptocurrency exchange, Gemini, is being sued, but not by the SEC. They're being sued by the CFTC. Does Gary Gensler know about this? I thought that Gary Gensler was the one that's supposed to sue everybody into oblivion. So I think you're stepping on somebody else's turf here, CFTC. You're going to make Gare Bear mad. So that was interesting. And by the way, I still think that's going to happen. I think that all sorts of cryptocurrency exchanges will end up getting sued by the SEC. I mean, if you just look at how SEC Supreme Leader and Dictator Kim Jong-Gensler has been talking about the cryptocurrencies available on various platforms, you just look at how he's talking. He says the odds of at least one of them being a security are very high. And I'm paraphrasing, but that's the message that he's conveyed. You don't think he's going to sue him? So the timing will be interesting. I don't know if they're going to wait for the Ripple lawsuit to be over. Maybe they'll move on that beforehand. But either way, I still think that's a coming. But it was just interesting to see that the CFTC is going after Gemini. So I'll give you the specifics on that. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So right here on your screen, this is a picture of Mike Crapo, who is a sitting United States Senator, Republican, for the state of Idaho. Now, I came across this thanks to attorney John Deaton. As I'm sure you well know to this point, he has created a program called Connect to Congress, and you can hop on his crypto law website, and there's a template filled out. Or, I mean, you can write your own message, but there is a template already filled out, so you can just blast a message off. You can tweak it first if you want to, that's fine. And then you can bring to the people at the highest levels of government, including the area that you live in if you're in the United States, bring all of this nonsense to the attention, everything that's been happening, the SEC versus Ripple case, whatever you want to write to them, right? And it's been very successful. John Deaton's crypto law has been used, I don't know what the current numbers are, but just thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people have sent messages to their representatives. But these are people at the highest levels of government in the United States, right? In many instances, right? Because you're talking about Congress. Well, a sitting United States Senator here, Michael Crapo, he actually responded, and he's specifically citing the things that we in the XRP community have been talking about regarding the appearances of impropriety. And so John Deaton wrote the following. An XRP holder received this from Mike Crapo after using crypto laws Connect to Congress. Senator Crapo is the senior Republican on the Senate Banking Committee, slowly but surely. And so here's the letter, which reads in part as follows. On May 10th, 2022, Empower Oversight, a watchdog nonprofit, requested the SEC's Office of the Inspector General to conduct an investigation regarding a former SEC official, William HINMAN, and his potential conflict of interest regarding Ethereum cryptocurrency. Whoa, pause. Why are people on the highest levels of government in the United States talking about a conspiracy theory like this, right? Because that's what we were told. Well, this is nothing but a conspiracy theory. But now you have a sitting United States senator. And there are only 100 senators at any given time. There's 2 per state in 50 states. For those of you not in the United States that were unaware of that. And here you go, people at the highest levels of government acknowledging this. And this is stuff that we're talking about on a daily basis. It is so refreshing to see this acknowledged at the highest levels of government. Anyway, and then what the senator says, or the senator wrote the following. Said in 2018, Hinman gave a speech stating that Ethereum sales and offers would not qualify as securities transactions, which would not place them under the SEC's jurisdiction. Empower Oversight claims Hinman did not follow directives from the SEC's ethics office that would have allowed him to avoid conflicts tied to his financial interests in Simpson Thacher, his former and now current employer, and the firm's connection to the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, or EEA for short, and Ether cryptocurrency. And then he wrote, this has to be either a typo or an incorrect word, but he wrote, I'll read it as he wrote it. This claim is particularly gravid in light of the SEC's ongoing lawsuit against Ripple Labs, Inc. So just pause. What the hell is the word gravid? Well, before recording this video, I looked it up on 2 different websites, including Merriam-Webster's, and it says that the word gravid, it's a word, I just hadn't heard it before, but it means pregnant. I kid you not. So I'm thinking that's the wrong word or some sort of typo. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't pretend to know all the words on the damn planet, but I looked that one up because I'm a curious individual, and it said pregnant. I got the same response on 2 different dictionary websites. So anyway, it is what it is. I just thought I'd point that out. And then he said, on December 22nd, 2020, the SEC announced that it had filed an action against Ripple, one of Ethereum's rivals, and 2 of its executives, claiming that Ripple raised over $1.3 billion through an unregistered, ongoing digital asset securities offering. So he's noting here, this is a recognition that how it's being viewed as a rival. Bill Hinman, clear favoritism, impacting global markets. So we'll see, because there has to be an independent investigation into what's been going on here. That's what Attorney John Deaton's pushing for, and that's what nonprofit entity Empower Oversight is definitely pushing for. Now take a look at this, and I reported on this yesterday, and I went kind of in depth. So I decided I'm just gonna be brief here, but I wanted to share an additional perspective here that I didn't have available yesterday. But there was this article from Finance Feeds that was basically contemplating this idea of the SEC getting a do-over. Would the Judge Neprin allow the SEC to claim something different as far as whether or not the Ethereum Free Pass, those emails and the drafts, would they be able to claim something other than it's just his personal opinion? So there's a lot of talk in the community about this, and I went in great depth the other day when I put out a video on the topic. And I noted this also at the time. XRP community member Stefan Huber wrote the following: sorry, the judge can't let the SEC choose if it's a personal opinion or not. It's not about what the SEC wants, it's about facts and evidence. And Hinman said it was his personal opinion. If she allows the SEC to create their own reality, then it's freaking over. Am I right? Please tell me Judge Neprin won't let the SEC do a do-over. This would mean she wasted 1 entire year for absolutely nothing at all. And so you'll see right here that this is just more failed SEC logic to report on, which, frankly, it'll just leave you in stunned disbelief with no words. And so here's what XRP community member and attorney who goes by the name Bill had to say about this. It is not a do-over of the issue of whether the speech was his personal opinion. The SEC knows the judge has pinned them to the speech being Hinman's personal opinion. It is settled. The SEC is trying to say 2 things that allow that to stand while allowing a space for attorney-client privilege to operate despite the speech containing Hinman's personal views. Now, firstly, the SEC differentiates the process that brought about the speech from the speech itself as delivered. In respect of the SEC's of the process, the SEC alleges that Hinman, in his official capacity, sought and received feedback about his apparently personal views from the SEC. If that sounds like having your cake and eating it, or mere semantics, or being too smart by half, you will not find any argument from me. And exactly, so Bill seems to be hitting the nail on the head, as far as I'm concerned, trying to have it both ways. It's his personal opinion, but it's also not his personal opinion because reasons. Because that's what they want it to be. They want it to be his personal opinion so that the SEC is not in charge, but they want it to be somehow the SEC's, or at least a portion of the SEC's personal opinion, so that they don't have to hand over what they would consider privileged information. They're trying to have it both ways. It's complete garbage. And John Deaton really summed this up pretty well. He retweeted that short thread there from Bill, of which I covered a portion just now. And Attorney Deaton said the following. Notice how the SEC lawyers say Hinman provided and received confidential communications about the speech. What that means is the SEC is saying even Hinman's comments about the drafts of his speech are privileged. He was giving legal advice and receiving legal advice at the same time. And he's got a little facepalm emoji because it's completely ridiculous. It's a completely ridiculous assertion, as is this. There was this headline shared by XRP community member Stefan Huber. It was this article from Coinpedia from yesterday titled Ripple vs. SEC. The case gets a new twist as SEC claims Hinman was a client. Yes, that's right. So stupid. Hinman's a client of his coworkers. So there you go. That's what they're claiming now. And so regarding that headline, Attorney Deaton said the following. The headline is only half correct. Hinman was both the client and the lawyer simultaneously. He was giving legal advice to people at the SEC and receiving legal advice at the same time regarding the speech. That's the SEC's true argument. It's true, though. That's what they're doing. Like, these arguments are half-baked, my friends. I just don't see how the judge can look at this and be like, is UB for real? Like, it doesn't make no damn sense up in this bitch. Really grinds my gears. Really grinds my gears. Take a look at this now. There is this story. Winklevoss Twins exchange sued by U.S. commodities regulators. That, of course, would be cryptocurrency exchange Gemini. And an XRP community member named Riz shared this story, which was then retweeted by XRP community member and attorney Fred Rispoli. And he noticed the same thing. I had the same initial reaction before I read the story. I was like, wait a minute. I was expecting a lawsuit against Gemini and probably a bunch of other exchanges, to be honest, from the SEC, because Gary Gensler, he indicated that's the route that he's probably going to go. That's what I think anyway. And so seeing that the CFTC was kind of jumping in here first, I was like, whoa, did you get permission from the SEC? And so Fred Rispoli had a somewhat similar response to me, and he wrote the following. He wrote, whoopsie, CFTC, and then he tagged, what's the guy's name here? Rostin Benham. This is the CFTC chair. This is the guy running it. So he wrote, whoopsie, CFTC and Rostin Benham, looks like someone forgot to tell you that you don't have jurisdiction here, as Gary Gensler, aka the Genslinator, I love that, said Bitcoin was maybe a security. No worries, just transfer the case over to the crack team of attorneys at the SEC. You gotta love it. And so here's what this was all about here. And this came from Crypto Word Out Loud. Things are getting worse for the popular cryptocurrency exchange spearheaded by the Winklevoss twins. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC for short, has taken the Gemini cryptocurrency exchange to court, alleging that the Winklevoss-led cryptocurrency exchange misled the regulator about the nature of its Bitcoin futures contract, according to a report by Bloomberg. Gemini allegedly made false statements during meetings with CFTC staff about its operations. Chicago-based CBOE Global Markets announced the launch of Bitcoin futures in early December 2017, and back then, the price of the largest cryptocurrency was nearing the peak of the previous cycle. The cash-settled contracts were based on Gemini's auction price for Bitcoin. So the lawsuit, which was filed in the Manhattan Federal Court earlier today, doesn't specify whether the attempt was linked to that landmark partnership. So honestly, at this point, we have limited information as to what they're actually claiming. If it's out there, I mean, I may have just missed it. I'm going to keep hunting this. I'm going to follow this story because I'm very curious to see how this plays out here. But there's going to be no shortage of litigation in the years to come in the cryptocurrency space. I just hope that we get the right rulings early on, especially a win in the SEC versus Ripple case for Ripple and XRP holders to kind of set the tone and set precedent. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.